Great to see Coin Hunt, Bobby Boy. We got a lot of cool stuff. A lot of stuff that people had been requesting after last show. And so I thought, you know what? Why not come on and do another one? And we have some other unique types of inventory that we have not really sold much of. There's this cool mix of metals that I got in. And so I thought it would just be fun. We'll get this first one started. Dollar start. 5-second extension. Maybe we can find a couple giveaways. But this first one is going to be a nice little 1735. These have been really popular recently. Quarter Copac. And so these would have been, I think, is Anna, I want to say, the ruler at this point. But would have been a 1/4 Copac. Or Palushka. Should have a lot more room than that. Ellie Garcia, congratulations on a fantastic win. Let me just get these giveaways up. I figured today we'd do a quick hit of a, let's see, let's start at least one of these giveaways. We should have some pretty exciting material, and maybe we'll also end the show quickly. You never know. But, yeah, real nice mix this evening. What's going on, Liberty Coyote 082? Let me see what that coin is. Porcius Cato. Yeah, sure. It's not a super cheap coin. It's like somewhere between 100 and 200, not super close to 100. Beautiful Nepalese Paisa we'll do a dollar start on with fantastic style. Very, very beautiful item. Sounds good. Myth 22, AD 76. Oops, some coins popped up right there. AD 76. Beautiful type, well back cost. We'll see where this one lands. And Rizlumi is going to snag it. Also, an early, sometimes early in the show, you get some sweet stuff that can slip through the cracks. Let's see, you said AD, what's it called? AD 760524. Can I find that? Maybe it's right back here somewhere. And then we'll get to that Porcius Cato. That also was requested. So this is a Masood. This is probably like, I don't think you'll find too many retailing for 19 or lower. Yeah, sounds good, Mr. Man. I'd be happy to try it out. Very solid inscription. Seljuk of Rum. They were one of the main ethnicities in, I believe, medieval Turkey, the Rum Sultanate. And we'll see. That one actually is not going to get a bid. Very much okay with me. And then let's try to find that 082. I believe it was a Porcius Cato. Fantastic. 123 BC. That is a long time ago. Here we've got the coin itself. Probably like a 129, 134 start is probably reasonable. No sudden death on this one. Very solid looking. Sounds good on the pilot, and we'll also do some of the Chinese cash. Chinese cash we've often run as a dollar start even, so that could be pretty exciting. And then I'm trying to see what the other requests was, and keep requesting. AD, we wanted Liberty Coyote. That bullion guy is going to be the one that wins that one. Mr. Man, the Jin Dynasty. Yep, I think we have 4 of those total. They're nice Christ era. And so continue to request, and I will. And sounds good, Myth. I'd be happy to run that. Let's just fire these up. We'll start them. These have Taisei provenance about 32 years ago in Hong Kong. They should be pretty popular. These are going to be about 14 to 23 AD. Jin Dynasty. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I'd say these frequently bid a good ways up, but we'll see where they land today. Normally they kind of approach that double-digit range, but we'll have a very cheap start on the first one, and then we'll see what the next we could do. Maybe just one for now. Maybe we'll do a couple more. We will see. I'm also looking around for Corey Har. Yes, the Hendon type. I will run that one. Should be a good bit. Do the rest of them. Jay Matz, what's going on? Rob the second. currently leading at $5. Let's do the other two. We are going to start those for $9 though. It's not such a good range for me on those in the 5, but also very fine if people don't, are interested in them today. What's going on, MD? Hope you are well. Figured that I would pop on and just had a little fun mix of stuff to offer. WB Coin going to win that one. And then we'll do the last that is available tonight, and then we'll do the Pruda and then the AE 4410. Let's see, Pontius Pilot. It's going to be about an $89 coin, just as a little Ancient Israel. Yes, we have some. It's mostly Widow's Mites tonight, just as a heads up. But it'll be fun to offer. WB Coin going to win that one. Let's run. We have some of the Judean. I'm trying to find this AE 3804. Where is it? Pontius Pilot is the most popular. I sold out of literally every procuratorial non-pilot. This one's a little bit more worn. Let's run it for $79, but no sudden death. Sold one that had a solid scratch in it the last time for a bit more, but you can see that distinctive curl in Pilot. And let's see who wins this. Overtime, it's nothing too crazy, I wouldn't say. The giveaways, it'll be some, might be some interesting Asian cash. I've been giving away some of the interesting Nepali types. Here you can see pretty clearly the Anchor and Star. This is 2nd to 1st century BC. Sold out of these guys as well in my sale. These are going to be the Judean Widow's Mites, 103 to 76 BC. Alexander Janaeus, Pruda, Biblical Widow's Mite. Very fun. I'm not sure, Corey. Yes, Scott, let me, I have a couple of those. And maybe we don't want the Pruda. I have those 3 ready to roll. Let's see. I start these normally at $13, and they have had no problem bidding up from there. But today also may be a chill show. We'll see. And that would obviously bode well for all of you. Let's start that one off. They're very fun. And then we can do a couple Mother of Pearl. Let's see. Thank you, Danielle, for sharing the show. Currently staying around that 13 mark, and that will be the first one that we've sold at 13 in a while. Let's see what the next one is. 09. That has an interesting fish motif on the front of it. And Mr. Man, let's see. WY. So these would have been coins that were produced for use in Thai gambling houses by the Chinese, but then they would have kind of spilled over and circulated, in wider uses than that, if that makes sense. Turn and Burn, going to win that one. I have this chicken one, which is pretty cool. Then we'll do the, I have a Uniface Rapin type as well. Coin Hunter sounds good. What is that coin? Let me tell you, UA, what it costs, because those are all on consignment. The Phantom, I think it's like a Mint State 62. I've got $80 of cost, so I want to sell them for 104 start. So if that's out of your range, just let me know, and we'll avoid running it. Nice win for Scott right there. We'll come back to a couple more, but I do want to work in the different requests. And this one, I just got that package in. It was fun to inventory it quickly, turn it around. On this one, I'll look for $35. A nice City of Basel Uniface Rapin. No sudden death. This one could have some pretty, interesting excitement around it. It's got a nice look to it. I paid about $24.71, so trying to make around $5. Very, very nice type, and going to be tough to find easily. You can see the Incuse pattern on that side. I really like how it's just really light. Nice win for Turn and Burn. Congratulations on that pickup. We also have a couple of these Jettons, and maybe I will throw on another giveaway. Very, very cool pouring water scene. Let's do a 55 start, and then we could maybe do a couple more of the tokens, and there's a couple other interesting, what I would say, like, kind of exciting dollar start offerings. Chambre Denier, 1700 dated French silver Jetton. Let's pull this and this right here. It's going to be 13 bucks. Very interesting from this old collection. These are the only ones that are still in the flip slate, so I don't think that matters too much, but they're kind of fun. I guess the collector had put them specially in these types of cases. Big Dad Cat in the lead, Art Nopsis. And it is interesting, like, I really find Proto Money cool. There's just so many styles in which Proto Money shows up. So whenever I have opportunity to buy a collection of it, I generally kind of jump on and try to find it. So again, let me know what else you might be interested in. The Han Dynasty, sure, Mr. Man. I'm probably going to protect those just with a little bit, on the pricing. Sassy Posher, congratulations. We'll do 2 more of these. This one has like a man's face on it. Very interesting style. And then let me pull those Han. I think I'll do the first $1 start, but I might need to, do the 9 start or something like that, Mr. Man. If that makes sense, hopefully it does. That one is going to go to Artnopsis first. And then this one has a fan on it. Also fun. There's a couple more mixed types that I have waiting, but after this we will pivot over to the Han Dynasty cash, which have provenance to Taisei, also in 1994. Which is fun. So, very nice hand. There's a bunch of different interesting types that I think people are going to will enjoy all evening. It should be kind of a shorter sale. Did not get these uploaded for last sale as well. The Joe, are those the ant nose? That's probably like mid-20s. Calcir sounds good. What type of coin is that? Is that a Jeton or something else? We'll see. Mexico, I don't think I have tons of Mexico. I think we're expecting some in the mail. Germany, I also didn't upload as much as I could have. We're going to do $9 starts on these guys. This one has some fun blue incrustation. If you type in Germany in my auction tab, though, you should find at least a bit of German stuff, and then you can decide from there what looks most exciting and request it. So that's how I would recommend approaching this one. And so we'll try to do some of the Zhou. We have interesting Vietnamese cash. Maybe we'll even drop these to 10 seconds just because I think there's demand, but I want to cover all of the range of types. But yeah, we have Mexican, we have German, we have Thai, we have a bunch of really cool Japanese bean money. We have some of the Japanese silver boo. We also have some really cool counterfeit boo and shoe that I bought from the leading, or in my opinion, leading Japanese auction firm as like likely counterfeits that are of unknown purity silver. So I think that those would be really fun to take a look at. WY, let's see, that one's going to go to, did I run any India? I have a good bit of cool Indian types. It's actually really easy for me to grab, and maybe that will, but there's all different price points as well. So let's see. This is a Dodia Pesa of Jaisalmer province, which is, I believe, northwest India. Really cool square in the middle. And they're like smaller copper types. What's going on, Nell Kale? Happy to try to get you an answer, though I may not know. And that one, nice win for Artnopsis. We've got a couple of the Dodia Paces. This one's actually really nice. It's not common that they come this large. Not, going to probably be what you see on the average example. Let me look for that WY 59121, I think, was requested. A little Kronenthaler. Dang, that one I think will be attractive for the Noke. I've got this one. Then we also have some Chahuan, and there's probably some requests that I'm missing, but we have the Kronenthaler. Then let me look for this WY05 912. What is that coin? I'm not seeing it, but also it's tough because I have a very large Constantine the First Bronze Phallus. I think we have more of those down in Texas. We'll see. We have some of the Judean Widow's Mites, which sold out last show. These are going to be Biblical Widow's Mite Mark 12:41 through 44 and Luke 21 1 through 4. Very solid. You could see a good bit of the design elements on that, which is fun. We normally start them at 29, and they're generally going to bid up, but we're also not selling super low grade material. So that's kind of how we approach those. If you can get it under that, you're probably doing pretty well. There you can see the star as well. Again, 103 to 76 BC, it's going to be a star on one side, and then you often have an anchor, though these were struck pretty crudely, and so they often would not be nice one for Artenopsis. Actually, this one looks like very clear. And so we frequently will buy them for like 23 bucks and then try to start them at that 29. So again, more slabbed widow's mites. We've got a couple of different in inventory, but most of the slabbed ones that I have here today are going to be the Alexander Janaeus. I'm going to try to get a couple more soon. And so AD 29. Oh, we also have some Satavahana types, which are really exciting. This one actually has very good detail, too. You can see a lot of the little lettering on the outside. That one's going to go to Corey Haar. For some reason, that AD 29, I'm not seeing it in front of me, which is frustrating, obviously. And I apologize. Let's do at least, let's see, Widow. Where is this coin located? Sometimes. Oh, this one is really beautiful. That one should be a pretty expensive example. We have some other stuff from AD 29. Wow, that is nice. You see great lettering. Vietnamese, yeah, I'd be more than happy to run some of the Vietnamese examples. Those are going to be, I'll dollar start a few of them. Artenopsis in the lead. I am going to continue to sell some of these guys. But let's see, 32 bucks, maybe like 3 more. We have this one. You can see the star is pretty clear on that reverse. And then there's what looks to be the anchor. An average price for a snap one, again, Nelcal, I would say around, and looks like that one will not go. So kind of natural time to bring it back in, and we can always sell more mites. Some of the Vietnamese is down here, and I did want to try some of the Satavahana. Just beautiful. These have been bid up like crazy in the past. Elephant Potin coins from the 3rd century BC to the 3rd century AD. There's that beautiful reverse, and then super clear ancient Indian elephant type. Again, I'm not kidding when in the past these frequently have gone towards the 40s to 60s. We'll see. It doesn't mean that they're going to land there today. Pontius Pilate, they're pretty worn, and EG 1364, that's a good coin. We can, well, maybe we can run it in like 5 or 10 minutes on the world side if we do a little bit of ancients for a while. Artenopsis going to win. It's just tough, I think, to find ones that are really nice looking, and so this one I would say is not going to be quite as bid up. I wouldn't say it could be a good budget opportunity because you can still see the elephant there, and you can see the lettering, and it's very nicely centered on the reverse, but the elephant doesn't come through as crazy nice as on that last one, but you can still see even the little eye in the elephant right there. We also have some pretty nice looking, I would say. Let's see, how does this one look? Ooh, that's really good. I'm going to take off Sudden Death again. And then we have some of the Vietnamese, yes. There's also still some Zhou Dynasty Ant Nose money. This one's cool because it looks like they were striking multiples of them, and you have like different parts of the back still on there. Thin flan, very interesting. And then, yeah, we have some of the Vietnamese, some of the Japanese. We have those metal mixes. WY3722. Sure, I'd be happy to run that one. Maybe we'll dollar start that one and be a little crazy. That one is going to go to Artenopsis. And I may, just for the sake of time, not in a gouging way, put these closer to where I think they could go. We'll start this one for 36 bucks, just in case it saves us 10 seconds of bidding. Very clear, actually really clear. Okay, maybe I should have started that for higher, but I try not to put super high starts on things. Very, very nice Ancient Indian. And then let's see, the WY22. I actually have a good amount of cash into that. So let me just think about how the best way to do it is. There's a limited number here of, this one's insanely nice looking. 39, no sudden death. Take a look at the reverse. It almost looks like there's a clash there, but take a look at how beautiful that elephant is. Satavahana type. And then that one should be pretty popular. We have some of the Vietnamese again, and then some of the Zhou, some of the Spanish states, and then some of the other dollar start material. But man, these things, let me just look to see what else. It looks like there's maybe two. No, there's a few, good numbers still remaining, but always exciting to run them. Art Nops is currently in the lead. Big Daddy Cat. It does seem like this is the nicest of the ones that I'm seeing in front of me, though. It's a beautiful example. Nice one for art. Then we have two others that, again, I think are going to be a little less crazy high. I'll still start it at 36 and just let it land where it lands, get another giveaway on, because tonight is going to be a quicker show. Let's just show the detail on this one. You can see the elephant, very, very clear detail. And that's funny, Treasure Hunter. So these I bought from a dealer here in California. So I just try to look out for any offers that dealers might have, is really my approach. So it's, people build coin collections over a long period of time, and, I'm always try to be the first one to buy it. I'm gonna start this guy at a price where I will make like $2, $2, maybe $3. A 1400 to 1406 is pre 1492 Columbus sails the ocean blue, Kingdom of Castile and Leon, King Henry III. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean it's weird because I'm also like half dealer, half. I'm pretty much close to being just a regular coin dealer though. But I still consider it all my collection. So it is really fun day in day out to be kind of on the hunt for any good deals. Let's do a dollar start on this. It is a beautiful Vietnamese 1498 to 1505 cash coin, really well preserved. I love how you can see like the shadows of how well preserved it has been. Over 500-year-old cash coin in great condition. And I think it'll get to 11. We're going to start the next one at not at 5, at $9, as I mentioned. And oh, sweet, that's awesome. No, we actually do have a huge mix of metals. They're like groups of 20. Let me see if I can flash it on screen. If you're interested, we could start running them. It's like literally, I would just pick like 15 or 20 metals at a time and run them, which could get a little bit pricey, but I was also thinking that's probably just the best way to run them. We do have a couple nice Quang Trung cash. Yeah, exactly. Those are not quite as high relief as the last ones, though I think the final from that group have a little bit better relief. These are going to be right around our revolutionary time, and Seth G sounds good. What is that coin? And let me start. Sassy is going to win that one. We do want to achieve a little higher, so I'm going to start. This one is very nice eye appeal, as you can very clearly see. $9. Space themed? No, I used to have these great Apollo ones. Actually, there could be some space stuff in what I run, but I don't have any. I don't have any guarantees. WX. What types of coins are those, Blaney? We'll see. That one's going to go to Cat, and then we are going to close this one out with the last two, I believe, Vietnamese types. Why don't we do a dollar start on the one, and then we'll do $9 on the next. Very, very solid looking. Le Tuong Duc. Oh, sounds good. Those are like 19 starts, if that works, Blaney. We could do those before we do the metal run. I know that there was also a request for some of the. There's still more on the porcelain money as well. We could do one of those. And then we have those lira. I would be more than happy to offer some of those. Qing Dynasty, no, Sassy Posh. I think we have some coming to us in the mail right now that we also bought from another dealer that's in California. And so it'll take a little while, but bookmark all our shows and look out for us. Seth G, that sounds great. Let me pull that one while I'm running this. See if I can do it there. I think we have it. I think we only have one left. I've sold all of them at a 44 start. Hopefully this one bids higher than 13. Maybe it lands there. Nice win. All the other ones earlier were stronger. Let's see. WX 6311. 10. Where are these coins? I uploaded so many coins that's been a little tough to navigate. There's also some of the, yeah, where are these guys? Come on. There's some of the German coins that people had requested. Man, I really apologize. I cannot easily find. Oh no, I think I did just find them. As time ran out, or almost ran out, we've got some of these. These are really cool because they are just the same looking reverse as the quadrigas that would have been on the ancient Italian denarii. So the medieval Spanish is Spanish. This are Italian 100-plus-year-old Italian coins with beautiful 4-horse chariots on the reverse, and then King Vittorio Emmanuel III. These are 83.5% silver, and so very, very fun little items. Let's get another giveaway on, and we will keep running these overtime. Lucking out. I hope that the giveaways aren't repetitive. I'll do my best, but I don't want to promise. Because they're generally worth like maybe $3 to $5. Obviously, I'll cover shipping on it as well. And so Graffiti's mark sounds good. The ponchos are pretty worn, and there are 79 starts. So if that scares you away, then maybe let me know. Just because there's so many requests, I want to make sure I'm getting to everybody's accurately and on time and well. This one only has 7 seconds to go. I just want to keep going through the great. Another China porcelain, sure. Gravy is going to win that coin. We got some good. I'm trying to think if there's anything crazy new that you might not have seen. I don't think that there's anything wild in terms of. There's a couple more of the Chowan Dynasty types. Let's see, how many others of these? I think we only have one more of these. Sounds good, Graffiti. Yeah, I figured I would just tell you. It's more of if you want to have a Pontius Pilot. We'll have some really solid looking ones in the future. We have a lot at NGC right now, but they've kind of struggled. Ogre Time sounds good. Let me just look up what I have in terms of cost in it and then put it much, much higher. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I think on that one, it's like really nice looking. I'm probably going to, it's got some graffiti on there though. I'd still probably look for like $199. It's from that nice old collection. I mean, I'll look for $199 on these. Again, this is, oh, it didn't even show that it's in VF details. So, that's a little bit better. Beautiful 1784 Austrian Netherlands from a Vermont doctor's collection that he had squirreled away since 1952. I helped handle a lot of the collection and sold for a couple $100,000, and these are some of the leftovers. So very, very nice. I think I did. I mean, I know silver is up a little bit, so sometimes I don't always adjust my pricing so well. We can run the last of all the porcelain. I know, we can run a couple more of the Indian. I know that you had requested a bunch of those. Sassy, and yeah, there's a limited number of these. Very, very beautiful. These are colorized. Some of them have, like this one has some discoloration on the back, which I want to show you. I don't think it affects too much in terms of most people are going to focus on this nice. So Treasure Hunter J, these were traded in Vietnam, not in Vietnam, excuse me, in Thailand. Prior to, at some point they had like an edict where they basically said we're no longer accepting these, but they were produced by China for gambling houses as gambling tokens in Vietnam, but they would also circulate, and again, Thailand, not Vietnam, but they would also circulate after the fact as like local small change currency because there just wasn't tons of it. So it's interesting. Like there's a lot of, I feel like we take for granted today, and there's a lot of like, oh, well, the dollar is devaluing. Probably not even that untrue, but it's better than a lot of the other currencies out there. But back then, people really did not have like solid, things to believe in terms of currency. So they'd use what they could get, and this was certainly up that alley. So yeah, no, I mean, I think it's fun. My goal for anybody who joins on Treasure Town is that they'll come away educated a little bit more about the world's currency systems, about history. And so some of the nights, like tonight, I'm really trying to get through a bunch of shows. Looks like a double fish character. And I don't know Chinese, so I can't tell you what any of the characters mean. But the one that just sold, these are all these porcelain gaming tokens. And so they made, like, I think it's either hundreds or even thousands of types, and they wouldn't make that much of each of the types. So it's kind of, you can never, I mean, it's basically not possible to collect every type of gaming token, but there's so many different fun designs. 50 francs, which 50 francs are you looking at that you're interested in potentially taking a crack at? And we'll do the last of these that I brought. I'll try to bring back some more in the next show. There's also some of the, I know it was requested just a moment ago, and I didn't have the time to go and show them. We have some of the gaming, the porcelain, or no, the mother of pearl gaming tokens. These were similarly used often in like games. It looks like a rectangle shape with two figures. We're going to do no sudden death, $13 start. Really beautiful. These would have been struck in, I believe, produced in China for use as gaming chips. You can see like some birds on either side, some different buildings. Very, very fun. And then you see two individuals as it shimmers. There's like the head of one, there's the head of another. Just really interesting. Yeah, exactly, Dustin. I mean, I feel like it's the sort of thing where, you know, I I don't have a coin shop, so I have to like look for other dealers to have offers, and most coin shops don't want to, like, they don't really know what they're looking at when they get a collection like this in, and it may not be their area of expertise. And frankly, you kind of have to have a specialized audience that really appreciates like interesting art coins, if that makes sense. And so they often end up offering them to me. So here you can see the two reclining figures there, and the buildings on either side. Just very, very eloquent. Then the little birdies in the foreground. So beautiful. 74 to 79.50 francs. Does it say that I have any in my inventory? I also will say that I kind of have a standing inventory, so I'll just like often pull from what I have. These are going to be from 1720 to 1840 is the approximate dating that people have attributed these to being. And sounds good, Seth G. I'd be happy to get that. It is a modern 20 pesos. I have $40 of cost in those, so I need to start them for 49, and they're like the modern bimetallic types. So let me know if that's crazy. Oh, you know what people might like is they might appreciate the Indian Phantoms. Again, I have 80 of cost in them, so I'm looking for 104, so that I make about $15 per item. And so we could pivot over there. Those actually are gold. I know a lot of people are saying, "Do you have gold?" And I basically was like, "Look, I really don't." But I guess that is an instance where we might have some. So if people would like some of the Mint State Indian Phantoms, we could try. The Temple Taller, yes. And so let's see. The Chowan Dynasty, sure. I just uploaded a couple more of those before this show. They are going to be at that same $34 start. And so if other people have more that they would like to request, these are really fun. They have animals on them. They're from 1275 AD, Northern Dynasties, India. Really interesting types. I don't want to, I never, Big Daddy Cat, want to tell you something that I don't know for sure. Beautiful pattern on the reverse. There's the little animal. I believe it is a lion, but I'm not sure. Oh, Calcure, yes, sounds good. That's been probably tempting people. It's very obviously there in the foreground. Let me pull that. Oh, you know what? I clicked on the wrong one. It's the same coin, but I just want to make sure that you get the coin that you ordered. So I will switch these. Basically, this is 0102. Here's the one that you just won. Just gonna make sure that you get the right guy. Let's see. 0201 right here is gonna be $34. No sudden death on any of these. This one's very well centered. And so, yeah, I don't want to, they would have been struck like almost 200 years ago, possibly earlier than that. But I don't want to, say the wrong thing in terms of how they were struck. That one is very nice looking. Surprised that one won't go. That's okay though. Let's see. On the Cronin Taller, I think it's like a one. This one's like $169, I believe. Let me just make sure if it's. I might also be confusing it with another coin. So before I over or undercharge you, oh no, this one is cheaper than that. This one is going to be $129. 10-second. 1823 Austrian Empire taler. Very nice coin. And I appreciate it, Dustin. Yeah, I mean, I really do a good effort to get interesting there. You see, I think it's a Holy Roman Empire. You can see the dual-headed crowns, big-time silver. That's not even crazy expensive compared to the silver. Surprised that one didn't go, but that's very okay as well. Here we have a medieval Spanish $44 start. No problem. Sounds good. Gravy. Let me find that coin. This was requested earlier. Last one of these that is in my stock and pretty good looking. It is going to be a Spanish dinero. Israeli Rathbone. Yeah, we have some nice Alexander Janaeus Pruda, and then I think there's a Pontius Pilate floating around somewhere. This one is beautiful for the type. Maratha Confederacy, Saharanpur Mint. I paid $40 for it. I think it's a pretty chunky coin. 1734. Yes, it would be easier if you tell me the skew as well, so I can kind of pull it with slightly less effort. This one should bid up a bit from 49. Maybe it lands at the price. I'm not surprised to see it. It's the one that I have left in inventory. Sounds good, Cat. I will rerun it, and then we'll do some of the Judean. Beautiful, beautiful example. Not surprised to see a bunch of interest there. We also have a couple Sikh rupees. The Sikh ones I paid a lot more for. The Sikh I paid 65, and so I've been starting them at 77 to make $7. And it's just the sort of thing that I get in very infrequently. Then we'll rerun that taler at 129. And so, yeah, just to call out that these are actually not in as crazy nice shape. They're made at the same time of the Revolution. Pesenius, I do not have any of. These are going to be, again, Sikh rupees from around 1784. And there are only a handful left in my inventory. I had sold out of them, so I only bought a couple more. I think I only have one left. So that one is going to go to Cat. We also have some of the French Indian, and then again, either way, no matter what, we will be running next the Kronenthaler, but then we can do some of our other good Indian types. You have some Carts of Herat. This one looks really sharp, actually. Had not seen this one. That one likely to go as well, I would say. Nerva, I think I'm out of. AD 23, thank you. I've pulled that. It really is kind of scratched up. I should art. I think I'm out. I think I have actually. Is this one? No, I do. I have one. I think it has like a drill mark in there, and then I think also if you have time, you can pop in tomorrow. I'm in California. The other guys that do Treasure Town are in Texas. They're going to be running, and they should have a couple of those owls. If you don't like the looks of this one, we're going to start for 129. It really should go higher, but that's where we're starting this. And when I say it really should go higher, maybe I'm being aggressive there, but I think it's pretty solid looking. So rerunning that one, 1823 taler. That was like one of the big denominations, and then we'll do that scratched up 1734. And I'm also reminded that there are some ant nose money. But yeah, Art, let me know what you want in terms of, you could probably, let's see. Yeah, this one is going to be like 109, and it's definitely more than the silver price. It's also these days, though, I mean, I got lucky in terms of I bought it when silver was cheaper. But yeah, 109. Is 109 too cheap? It might be a little too cheap. Let's do 109 and we'll give it 20 seconds so that if it's way too cheap, people can correct me. Nice 1734 taler, with certainly scratched up, but also I could see this one going for another $40. Atocha, I had some Atocha bent bars, but I recently sold them. And so, it's not one that I have tons of, and I realized that I put Shipwreck, but I sold so much of my Shipwreck in the last show that it's ending up that I have comparatively limited Shipwreck material here. I know there had been some German requests. Also, let me know if there's any other requests that people might come in with. This, I believe, melt is around $15 on one of these guys. Let me just look. 1874 German 1 mark. It's going to be, how much of silver is in here? 1448. So really buying this one at melt, and there's some good historical content. That's 150 plus year old coin at this stage. Plymouth in the lead. Oh, good idea. I had totally forgot. Let's just do big handful Somebody had asked about something on the moon, and in the first handful, we have something about the moon here. So this one should just be interesting. I'm going to do a 30-second countdown, 20 US medals or tokens, and I'll just count out 20 from this pile. First one, Apollo. Then we have a 1918 Notgeld. That's actually super nice. And an 1800 dated George Spade Guinea token. We then have a President of the United States Nixon token, a 5-cent note, a Spielmark, a good for 3 packs of cigarettes token, Riverside Philly Mint, good for 5 cents in trade. We have a Saskatchewan 19 something. We have a Hammered Penny dollar token. We didn't even get to the end there. I need a Masonic token. Let's see. That's only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Dang, I'm going to be sad. 15, 16. Dang, and Alaska 17, 18. That one looks really nice. 19, 20. Ah, man, and a Florida United Numismatist Fun Show token. I think I hurt myself on that one a little bit. That's okay. Let's see what the next bag shows up. And Artnopsis, we will run that one next. I'm going to have to give myself probably 45 seconds on this guy. Do I attend? I'm hoping to go this summer. That would be really fun. 45 seconds. Let's start from this end. Okay, Royal Visit. 1, 2. Dang, beautiful. 3, 1927 Canadian medal. This is a fake 8 reals. 5, Apollo. 6, 7, 8, another Apollo. 9, 10, 11. Whoa, Hungary. 12, Hong Kong 13, Seattle, Washington 14, Church of God Centennial 15, New Brunswick 16, 17, 18, 19, and Bellevue, Ohio 20. Nice win. Let me put on a couple of giveaways as well so that people can enjoy and look through so that you can get the coins that you want once we are done with the metal mix. Should be fun. Again, 20 medals, dollar start, 45 seconds. We'll start here. 1, 2, 3. Philly Mint 4, 5. Moorhead 6, 7. Picture coin 8. South African type 9. Henry Ford. Newport City Parking, a 10 token 10. 11. Nice big Queen Elizabeth 12. 13. 1962 World's Fair, Seattle. 15. 16. 17. 1939 Hold Royal Visit. 18. 19. 20 Great Smoky Mountains. And then we'll add this German phone token and a Nova Scotia. 24 different medals. We will see fraction mix. Yeah, I mean, we've got that would be crazy to sell 20 at a time. Again, 24 different medals spanning a bunch of different types. We can do some more fraction on screen. I did prep some of those. Nice mix. We can also add in a couple more here. Just some random penny tokens. There's Queen Victoria. That one's actually a little older, 1887. Why don't we add these in as well? This is the rest of the British stuff that I pulled in here. 1903, not bad looking. 1892. So everything on screen here. Just clearing out this nice mix. And jump in the giveaway. It's nothing too crazy, but that one will go to Clayton. Congratulations. Let me just get all these in the little baggie. And so if you have been enjoying these, let me know. We can continue to run some of the big time metals mix. It's just this old collection that we bought down in Texas. And it had been sitting with us for a while, and I was like, it is time to probably offer those guys for sale. So that's exactly what I set out to do today. We also have some of the Judean material. Let's run One more of these. Okay, so one more, then we have the owl and we have some Judean. Maybe we'll end up doing more than 20 of these. So 5-second extension this time, though. We have 2 hammered pennies. Then we have a polar bear capital Churchill Man, Canada. Nation's capital token. Angel token. Quartzite Arizona powwow dollar. That's going to be 6, 7, 8. A Maui Hawaii dollar. 9. God loves you. He really does. Biblical token. Another powwow dollar to 10. Ontario. 11. American Vets. 12. Largemouth bass. 13. 14, something about Paris, Flying Ace, 15, New Brunswick, 16, 17, 18, 19, Gates Mystery Car, 20, and then another Canadian. Ooh, and then let's pull in for 21 as a bonus, 1976 Bicentennial. That's a nice one. That's 21. And we'll do this one, Department of the Air Force, 22. And then this one, 23 and 24 of these medals. This one's Canadian Queen Elizabeth. That one will go to Clayton. So congratulations on that win. Let's do the owl, and then we can always come back to these medals if they are requested, or maybe towards the end. There's also a bunch of note geld, which kind of feels like it's similar, but we got that owl coming up, and then as requested, some of that Judean coinage. This is going to have a drill mark in it. It's the only older one that I have. I believe there's a drill mark at least. Yeah, it's common to see. It would have been testing to make sure that this guy is genuine. Let's try this at a 349 start, which I don't think is too crazy, especially on the older 440 to 404. And so, again, there you can see Athena's portrait, 440 to 404 BC, Attica, Athens, owl. We have some like mint state ones on our eBay for $2,000. But these are just really, really cool, interesting examples. Let's now see what else. We have some of these Judean widow's mites. We have, let's see, where did that one upload? There we go. Sold the first like 5 or 6 that we offered today. We're going to go sudden death 15 seconds, which is kind of a preferred format. Very nice detail on that Pruda. You can see the star on the reverse and the anchor super clearly on the front of the coin. Quite nice. And keep letting me know what you're interested in. I can pull it up and very likely run it. Why don't we get back in the swing of things with some of the Greek fractions at a dollar start? These are all about 2,300 years old, so we are not playing around with the age of these coins. Dollar start, 15 seconds, only one way to do it. Let's see what we have. This one looks like maybe, is this the budding heads? That's actually a really nice fraction. Dang. I think it's the Lydian budding heads of 2 like rams or lions. Shoot, that one is probably should have gone for 50. Nice win, Emdree. Let's see. Maybe there's not quite an audience on the silver fraction front. And I don't think I sold the Jetton from earlier. 20 seconds in case it helps me get a couple extra bids. These are all silver fractions. This one, it looks like there's, I can't exactly tell if that's like a little animal or maybe like a lion facing left, something like that. You guys probably have more knowledge, but nice looking fraction. These have been maybe a experiment that will come to a close. We've got a couple more here. A Fugio scent I do not have. This one is going to be, I think it's like maybe Troas. There's a right-facing head, and then there's a ram's head facing to the right as well. That ram, man, that is a super clear. It might be Kebron, but it's one of the two, or Mesolabria or something like that. I forget the exact detail. I think, I'll maybe do the 2 in front of me here, and then we've got to find some other exciting item to dollar start. This one is going to be a kind of chunky Greek fraction. It kind of looks like a horse's head, but I don't want to promise that that's what it is. Not exactly sure what we're looking at there. And so the Jetton that was all toned on my video. Oh, is that the one from this past Thursday? I don't know if I've sold it, and I honestly don't exactly know where it is. This one looks like it could be actually a Thracian Chersonesos. Really nice, like oval-sized fraction. Also should have ID'd that guy. Nice win for Small Town. I don't know exactly where that coin is. This one looks like it's a hemidram of probably Hadrian. It's not quite Greek. This one should be Roman provincial in like the 100s AD. There you can see a, I think, victory facing and advancing right. Pretty nice type. Again, I just don't always have all the time in the world to fully ID every coin that I sell, and it's nice because it also gives some deals to you all as you guys, figure out what they are and idea and a little fun hunt. This one has pretty good clear design elements and then a very nice Incuse quadripartite style. Curious to see where this one lands. Small Town going to win that, and then we have two more, and then it's not a threat to shift away, but I think just exciting. 1611. I think I sold that one. Oh, that's a really clear right-facing head. That one's nice. There's the reverse, but yeah, very, very good detail. You can see it looks like Zeus. There's his beard and everything. Super fun. Emdri and Andres T is going to win this one, and then this last one. And we can do more Greek fractions, but I did promise we do a couple other types. Can't tell exactly what, we see a very clear reverse there. Kind of a nice Incuse look. Just interesting. Let's see. Let's start a giveaway as well. And Small Town coins. If you guys keep hanging around, we will definitely be able to run a couple more of those fractions. In the meantime, I'm thinking, what if we have a couple of the nice, what's it called? Some of these nice Nepalese types. These are the King Prithvi Vir Vikram Shah Paisas. They're going to be in the Nepali script, and they're going to have the date. You can see that date pretty clearly on the bottom. Hannibal, I don't think I have Hannibal coins, unfortunately. Here we have, again, very solid Nepalese, similar, like nearby to what would be considered Tibet, I guess. That one's going to go for $2 to G Money, which that is another very good, I paid more than that for these guys. Let's see what happens if I run another one, because it's never bad. I guess that last one was kind of worn. This one has a good bit better eye appeal. Beautiful on that side. Super like chocolate brown. And then we can also, let's see, do some of the bean money. We have, again, ancient Judean coins. Joshua Heath Sampson, nice win. We have ancient Judean coins. This one would be a 35. We started all these at 35. None sold for 35. They all went higher in the last show. This one is going to be fairly sizable at 7.75 grams. These would be Tokugawa shogunate coins over 200 or 150 years old in Japan. And sometimes the shows differ. That one didn't even get a bid. So nice, a solid opportunity there to pass. We'll see this one be a $55 start. Nice silver jetted thinner material. This one is going to be a beautiful pouring on. People mentioned some of the nice gems that we have. This is going to be Ut Prosint Effundit. Macedonian, not much in the way of Macedonia, but actually let me just type in Macedon. Chambre Denier, not going to get a bid. Macedon, we often have some Macedonian in Texas. It looks like, we actually do have two Macedonian Philip coins, so let's not neglect those. These are pretty popular. I think I sold the other two quickly at 34 starts, and tonight has been a little quieter. King Philip is the father of Alexander the Great. These are units showing Apollo on the front, 359 to 336 BC, and then a horseman on the reverse. You can see Philippoi on the, inscribed in the back. I don't have any of the Hannibal coins, unfortunately. I wish I did. They are really fun, and they sell out extremely quickly whenever I get them. There's also a couple of the copper jettons. We could try this one here at a probably dollar start and just see what happens. A Pachis Beautiful style. French, yes. You can always pop in. It's pretty rare to the point that it's not like we have tons of them that are flooding our offices, unfortunately. I mean, I would love to have more of that. This one is also going to go at a very attractive $12. We might do a little bit more protection, maybe something like a $19 start on the next one. Maybe $15 in meet in the middle, but it should be a little higher than that. 12. Nice jetting with good surfaces. Small town coins will be the first bidder. This was, it's a younger bust as well, so that might have suggested a little bit earlier in the reign. That one will go land of 15. We've got one more here. And then let's see. There are a bunch of different G money. There are a bunch of different types that we could offer. We have some very nice Nuremberg looking Jettons. We'll see. Small town, gonna fight for that one. And we've got two more here. Let's see. This one is going to be a Johann Jacob Dietzel. We'll do a $13 start, a little different from the prior. It has a very clear crest, but very good Leichenpfennig, very good detail as well. King Louis XV being portrayed, reigned 1715 to 1774. And so that one, small town. What are some of the other potential requests? This one looks like this one's a chariot type. Shipwreck Caribbean. I don't think I have any Caribbean shipwreck stuff here. Nice looking example. We have some of those German marks again. We have a wide range, really. That one is going to go to small town coins. Again, these ones started out. They've got $14, 50 cents or so, maybe a little. Let me just tell you the exact amount. No, 14.48 of silver. So back of melt. Plymouth is going to be the first bidder. Nice wins there, small town. I think you scooped them up pretty attractive prices, I would say. The next one here, we're going to start at 15 as well, just to protect a little bit. Again, it is after whatnot fees below melt to us. So Plymouth going to be the first bidder, and a lot of these are pretty attractive looking. So nice coins. We may do a couple dollar start. We have some very good condition as well. This is like a half mark German. Ooh, has some toning on there as well. Toned silver from 1919. The Savinus Denarius. Yeah, for sure. Let me just pull that after this mix. Super nice Joshua Heath Sampson. At that level, that's about like maybe $1 over melt, and yeah, a little less than $1 over melt. So we're getting about melt for it. We'll start this one at $8, but yeah, nice uncirculated World War. The reason that they're uncirculated is would have been struck during World War I, so there just wasn't much monetary movement at that point. Plymouth in the lead. Let's see what some of the other types that I brought might be. I know there were different requests. Sabine, no, it was a I think we said Sabinus Denarius. AC 67. Let's pull it. I'm not sure that I have that coin still in stock. Yeah, I don't. But it looks like there's one in a genuine holder. Let's see, $89. Not $89. Maybe it's $89. Let me see. Oh no, this one's probably like $99. Good eye appeal. Roman denarius. Yep, this one is going to be Roman Republican denarius. It shows the conquest of the Sabine women. You can see the Roman soldiers carrying away the Sabine women after their conquest near around 89 BC. And then you can see LSABIN on the other side. We've got a couple. Let's see. We have. Most of our holder types are fairly, they're not like a lot of the ones left basically are pretty good types, so they're not cheap. But we actually have some Bactrian as well. We'll start with this Titus Denarius, which is a better type. You have his altar on the reverse. The one that's graded, yeah, I think that jumps up a good bit to like maybe like a 129 start or so. But yeah, 79 to 81, short-lived and in the 1st century AD. Nice silver coin. Andres going to be the first bidder. And we will see who else wants to join it. Looks like nobody on that specific coin. We have a Cappadocian dram as well. This would have been Ario Barzani's, one of the later rulers. Also a $60 start. And then we have some medieval Sigismund types, but very nice, particularly on the obverse on this example. And then again, yeah, we have some BC, even earlier BC silver in the form of some Bactrian, which is going to be basically modern day Central Asia. Could have been like Pakistan. Let me see where this guy is going to... struggling to find it. I know I uploaded it. There we have it. Apollodotus II, so a little bit of a tougher ruler to find relative to... But we do have some of the Hermaeus Soter as well. And these are cool because you have Karshoti lettering on the reverse and then Greek on the front. So truly Indo-Greek type. I don't know that we have much in the way of any crazy ancient toning, but we do have nice ancient silver. That's probably what I would emphasize, if that makes sense. We have a couple. Let's see where this one lands too, because these ones sometimes will bid fairly high, I would say. Like there's often a lot of demand around them, so it does not surprise me that this one doesn't go at the start. This one is beautiful. This is the earlier ruler Hermaeus, similar in terms of the situation with Greek and Indian, but again, different ruler from the prior Hermaeus. Fantastic silver. Basileus, I believe that reads, asserting himself as king. And then you see a seated reverse. That one is going to go actually at 55 to Artenopsis. We have another that I would start at 55, and then if this one goes at 55 and not higher, we'll jump the next one to 60. I do try to put them in a spot where they can bid up a touch. Beautiful reverse on that one, I would say. Particularly good mark in the field. We also have some chunkier tetradrams. Don going to be the first bidder on this one. And then we have another one, but this one is going to be a 160 start. I want to try to see if, I think that's maybe more the range that I would have guessed for these guys. $60. 105 to 90 BC. Bactrian silver dram, struck not too long after his death, but in his death, and again, clear Greek lettering around. Let's see, is there some of the other types that we could offer we have Apollonian drams. These are like $79, which I think is pretty doable. These are like modern day Balkans. Albania could be in this mix. Very nice. You have a cow suckling, and there's the magistrate above. There's the incuse on the other side of it. 2nd and 1st century BC silver. Just a fun type. Dolly is going to win the first one. This next one is a different magistrate, as you can very clearly see. So let's try some of those. We also have some of the Indian silver, as I had mentioned. So very fun. That one has a good reverse. There's lettering around the kind of stellate pattern, as you could deem them. Ethan is going to be the first bidder on this one. And I think we only have one left in my inventory, which is going to be this last one. We have some raw, ungraded examples, but I don't have any more graded ones after this. And this one looks like Epistos or something to that effect. So, Tom Bree, which coins are you looking for? We've got everything from Judean widows' mites to and we sold quickly about 5 or 6 of them earlier. I'm seeing we have a Celtic. We have Celtic coins, and maybe where did this go? Oh, there it is. 32 bucks, no sudden death. Again, biblical widow's mite, ancient Judean. And this one actually, that's a very nice anchor on the front of it. Graffiti's mark. It's going to be the next bidder. Nice win. Right here we've got, it looks like a giveaway winner soon. We'll get another one on. G Money going to be the first bidder there. The Duratricious Staters, so those ones are XF. I paid $135, and I thought that was quite a good deal. I wholesaled all my VFs out. There's a couple choice VFs that we paid $115 for. But at $135, I only have 3 left in my inventory. Again, nice pretty large flan on this Widow's Mite, which is kind of nice. You can see good design elements on the other side. Roman silver denarius, sure. I mean, we've got a good number. We also have Kashan tetradrams, but let's try to find one of the staters here, and we can just offer it. These are ancient British, and I paid $135, so even $159 is tight, but I still make about 15 bucks or so. Is that right? Maybe a little less than 15 bucks. So little single digit margins, but you have great design elements, and these are a lot tougher than the ones also available on the market. So those are fun. We can try some of the Kashan tetradrams. These are beautiful types. 44 bucks starts, no sudden death. Great tetradrams of it's like an ancient Indian kingdom, Indian and Pakistan. Silver Ancients sounds good, Isaiah's coins. Let me see what I can find. How much are you trying to, what's your price range? Because we still have some of those silver fractions that we were running earlier. Of course, Dolly, have a good one. Blessings to you as well. Just looking around. Cool. But do you have are you looking for Greek? Are you looking for, Roman? Are you looking to spend 20 bucks? Or are you looking to spend 200? There can be a bunch of different ranges. Slow down a little bit. I probably should. Sometimes I feel like I just have to. There's so many different requests that I want to get to everybody, but that's yeah. Well, why don't we do some of our dollar start coins? This has a great reverse. I think it's some of the last of our Kashan Tets, so fun to show the inventory, and that's true. If there's any coins that you want to see me slow down on, I think I can promise. And I don't want to be a used car salesman, but if that makes sense, I work a different non-coin full-time job, so I'm just doing this. My wife is out for 2 hours, and I thought that'd be fun to get on and offer. These are a little bit chipped on this one, but ancient silver Greek fraction coin, about 2,500 years old. A little design element there, and maybe we should probably start these for a little bit higher. Jade coins, not that I'm aware of, but there's probably somewhere out there that struck them at some point. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe we will start these for $9 just to make sure I don't get too crushed. This one has like a 4 dots on the reverse, and then you can see kind of this interesting little, I think it's maybe a head, but I can't tell, the hair is swirling in some direction. Any silver bullets? Yeah, we do actually. We do. Where did I put them though? That's the important question. We've got these. They are 1/8 Thai baht coins. $14 starts. Which case the margins are still pretty tight, but I think still fun to offer. These are going to be from about the 17th to the 19th century. Silver Thai bullets. And so sounds good, Andres. Yeah, I'll bring in some silver denarii as well. The Jetton with the Masonic style. That's funny, Jinx. Hey, I'll have a career if this one doesn't work out. No way are you selling this. What do you mean by that? I'm not exactly clear on what you're asking there, to be honest. Let's try this beautiful Emirs of Kunduz. Believe these would be an Afghan but fantastic stag. It's over 500 years old. A 2 dinar copper coin, pretty large as well. Again, with a stag facing left, really nice looking. There's the reverse. These are a fun type, and it's often that I'll sell them with not that nice looking of a stag. This one also has really good style. Maybe we'll do $2 less, but you can see the horns really solidly protruding there. And these are going to be nice copper coins, again, over 500 years old, of the Emirs of Kunduz. We also have carts of Carrie Clapp. I don't quite understand what you're talking about there. Let's see. What else do we want to offer? We have interesting tin Bazarukos. These are going to be an Armillary Sphere style coin. No sudden death. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Let me try to find that for us. Beautiful. This one's a really nice for the type even, and it's not priced higher than the type normally is, if that makes sense. But beautiful tin dinero. Reminds me of a smaller version of the tin Bazarukos. Let's see. 56, 22, 246. Looks like Latvian, low mintage, South African as well. So we'll and then also some nice British types. So I think it'll be fun to offer the gamut. But this first one, I think it's probably going to be close to 12 to $15 of silver content in it, but from a slightly tougher to find country, which is Latvia. 1924, Latvia lots. This next one is going to be low mintage South African silver, I believe. Dang, that one's going to go solidly below melt. Sometimes that happens. I'll brush it off. Sounds good, Germ. Is that a nice 1897 sixpence here with Paul Kruger, same guy who's on the Kruger end. And we'll pull some of, I believe, a Cappadocian dram. This one should have some nice types. Small Town, do you sell coins yourself? Because if you do, I sometimes have some solid wholesale offers. If you're excited about any of the types that you see me selling a bunch of here. So always trying to expand it, I'll just be honest. And could drop me a note, treasure@treasuretown.com. I take a while to get back to people. This one's big, chunky silver, 80%. Should really have a couple more bids. We'll see where it lands. Nice King George the 6th, 1943, 2 shilling. I'm curious. I don't even want to look. Let's see. 1943, 2 shillings. South Africa already should be a little better. Let's close my eyes. Yeah, $26 of silver in that guy. So we will just, I mean, maybe dollar starting isn't the best strategy. Jinx, do you resell as well? I got tons of solid stuff. I mean, yeah, treasure@treasuretown.com. I tell people whenever they tune in. But also, I don't want to plug it too much. We have some of the Cappadocian. And the other thing is, it's not like I get stuff in all the time, but say, I probably have 50 of the porcelain money that I could spare. I sold a bunch to somebody at $10 a coin, where it's just at the end of the day, I can't, I can only process so many coins myself. So even if there's space left on it for other people, I sold out of mine at a $13 start today, most bidding higher. This one's real nice. Gravy, are you interested? I know in the past you've talked about Phantoms a little bit. Not that you need to have them, but I did get some on consignment that I'd offer at 104. So, the other thing I can do sometimes if I get a big group in, there's going to be some that aren't quite as nice as the others. My name is Christian. And so, very nice Cilician Armenia tram right here as well. You have the cross. Yeah, cool, man. I generally just, I do get a bunch of stuff in. And like if somebody wanted a bunch of the Emirs of Kunduz coin, I have a bunch floating around. And that way I can just sell through my inventory a little faster. Because I have, good connections, I would say, to like other really nice dealers that offer me stuff, and then I'd rather not sell 100 of the same coin. Like these, I bought 20 of these for $18, so I would probably pass some along at maybe Byzantine. I don't have tons of. Gravy sounds good. We'll get the Jaisalmirs. These are Ilkhanate, one of the post-Mongol Empire types. And so, it's not. Do I have? Yeah. Oh, sorry, Andres. I really need to get some of those up. We're gonna do these two nice Jaisalmir Dodia Pesas. These are the last two of this auction here. East India Company. I'm gonna bring back more in the next sale. That was the main type that I forgot to get today. What is the ancient to my right? I think there's an owl. That one is gonna be a Macedonian bronze. This one here's the other Dodia Pesa. We have the silver denarii. Let me pull some like nice ones. We'll do graded types. My left, that is also those are the two Macedonian ones that I have. Nice Severus in VF. This would be, I guess, an $89 start coin. No sudden death. Severus Alexander Denarius with Salus feeding a snake on the reverse. You can see the little snake in about 9 o'clock on the reverse. I don't have any of those White Raven, but I appreciate it. I would love to get some for you if I had them. We also have what looks like some good Elagabalus types. Let's see. And then we'll do some of the Phantoms. Elagabalus Crazy Ruler. Interesting like cap. And then this reverse. Very nice. You see a star. Let's see if I can read that. Make out some Sacerdo. I can't exactly read the whole thing. Artnopsis is going to be the first bidder there. We've got really interesting, again, denarii types. And we also have some of the, like bulk Pruda. I just sold somebody like 200 bulk Pruda in NGC and sometimes outside of NGC. When we get those in, we're just looking. There's Liberalitas. Very, very solid reverse. This one's also that VF grade, but a super pleasing obverse, I would say. And so, keep letting me know what you all are interested in. This I paid 105, a little more than that. We try it Juno Crispina Choice VF at 129. I think that's a pretty good offer. $59. Jinx Canada, that's not a very good offer. That's less than I paid for it. That was not such a hot offer, Jinx. But let's see. There's let me try. Again, here's some of the. Let me see if I can find them. Different Phantoms at 104, speculatively attributed, but mint state 63 to the Marathas of Tanjore Gold Phantom. Let's try this at 104. See where it bids up to. Beautiful Indian gold. Nice pattern on the reverse. And first century denarii, I'd already sold one, Skid Row. I have some first century BC Roman Republican ones. So maybe that's a direction we could shift towards. Let's see on that front what I've got. It looks like a C. It was just a mistake not to put this one in with a grade because the detail is really good. It would have some kind of qualifiers or something. But Gaius Norbanus, $99 start. We have a ton Jesus is King Forever on it at grading. This is 83 BC. Yeah, nice toner. Christopher Pull. On this one, I could do $95 if it doesn't sell. $5 doesn't make a big difference to me. That's a pretty good offer, I would say. I also have some Epvig Hoard coins, which I think are pretty sweet. Let's do, and Germbra sounds good. Those have been so popular. I generally start them at D-Rock is going to be the first bidder there. I also am tempted. We have an awesome looking Bactrian Square up next, but then we're going to do all the nice. Okay, tell me that's not insanely cool. This would probably be like a $59 start. Spiralizes Bactrian Square bronze, 24 millimeters. Gravy sounds good. We can also do that after. We have a nice Azilazes square. We have a small number of the Menanders left. But yeah, square bronzes are some of the coolest types, I think, that are pretty affordable frequently because there's a little less than I would have thought in terms of how many people cover these, if that makes sense. Like this one, really pretty looking, will start for 44 because it's a little smaller type, but you can see such a clear. And is that like a bull or some interesting type on the reverse? Non-graded Roman, I do. You can type in Roman and then request specific ones. That is also very helpful if you can do that. Pirate Age, I have a bunch of Pirate Cobs. Nerva, you can type in Nerva and see if I have anything that's Nerva by putting it in the auction tab. I pre-upload basically all of the ones that I get here. These have been flying off the shelves. They're very fun. Armillary Sphere, Portuguese Malacca, which is in Southeast Asia. Sounds good, Joshua Heath Sampson. We will get some of those up shortly. BA, very clear. Sunken Treasure slab. I think we do have different slabs, but they're pretty expensive. We can do one more of these. Very good eye appeal again. Let's see. Joshua Heath Sampson, I will get that. The thing is, they're all on consignment to me, so they're like, I guess I think I have some that are like at 150, so I'd sell them for 189. But then the other ones are like 300 to 350 to me, so I want to make like $50 if I'm gonna charge that much for a coin. And so it's like 379 probably to 449. Again, beautiful style. We've sold every one we've offered. Then we'll get to Joshua Heath Sampson. But let me know on some specific Denarius requests, and we can try to pull those. In the meantime, let's see. There's a couple of the Ilkanate that remain here. Oh no, that one is also a Tindanero. Oh yes, sorry, that's what I was working towards and then forgot about. Classic. I apologize. AE 45 048. Beautiful King Sigismund Parvis. This is going to be silver from, and you can see that cross there. I don't have any. I have some Denari from Marcus Aurelius. Caligula is super hard to get a Denarius coin of. That sounds great, Mike. Let me pull what I've got. After this, I'm gonna try to run a couple of the. We might have a Lucius Verus as well. That one's really good looking. You can see the crown also separated, and then very good detail on that. It looks like a SP is shown on the crest. That one should be a stronger bidder. Germ, gonna snag that one. I think that there are 3 remaining of this type. Any slabs with owls? Marcus Aurelius. Let's find the Marcus Aurelius next. We should be able. We have. It looks like a posthumous, and there's also maybe a Cistercius, though those get pricey as well. Let me rerun that one. I didn't show the cross that clearly. Gold from the Roman Empire I don't have. Beautiful 600-year-old silver from the Hungarian Empire. Mike Addy is going to win that. Leo the First, I don't think I have it. Does it say I have it? We got to try some of the. This is a posthumous 139 start. A couple scratches, but it's got this awesome birthday cake looking altar reverse there. Super, super solid. AE 4410. Oh man, what is that coin, Gravy? I think I might have misuploaded those and I need to get them inventoried for my next show. Funeral Pyre, yes. I can also probably inventory it. Uzbek, I can run and grab them. I have 3 of these Aksha. I sold 7 in the last show with the 14. These are Murad, that's the ruler. Silver from the Ottoman Empire prior to them conquering the Byzantines at Constantinople in 1453. Yeah, I'll go get some of the Uzbek stuff quickly here. That one is not going to sell. Or is it okay if I bring? I should have a good number in stock. Let me just type in Haji to see where the Haji Mohammed is. Are there any other that are not those? Okay, one sec. It's not going to take me very long, and everybody else can look at what they'd like to have me run. Let me just find the proper. I just need to find the tags here. 10. Okay, I think I found them. Let's see. AE1006. Perfect. We're going to do a $1 start. Hopefully it will go for more than I paid for. The Athenian Owls. Yeah. I'd be happy to run them. 2 Pirate Piece of 8 I do not have. Beautiful Haji Mohammed. Obviously back of cost at the moment. Silver half Tenka. Start these for 14 after this one. We'll see where this one lands. Dang brutal, but also I'm glad that I can get you one. Gravy. Let's find. You have a couple. That's probably like a 129 start. I don't think it's too crazy. These are really nice tetradrams of Soter Magus, the Kashan ruler. 129 on that one, and then again, beautiful. I think I have like maybe 3 more of the Kashan, and that's probably about it. I have some. I think I have a couple of these that are not graded, but these are like the eye appeal are really good. And yeah, the Great Seljuk Gold is really fun. So also a exciting type. The older Miss Jettons, yeah, I'd be happy to. Those are really cool. After we do these Kashan, we will do those. Anything with a camel? I don't think those are camels. I think those are. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I don't think they're a camel. And we'll see. That one is going to get a last second snipe there. We'll do the other 2. Don't want to be not even a sore loser. I'm making a couple bucks on these. Very sharp detail. Wouldn't be surprised though if other folks jumped in. And then I'll pull we'll do them $1 start even. Artnopsis Kiwi is going to land that one. Is there any interest in any of the Judean bronze Alexander Janaeus as well? The biblical widow's mite types. Those are 32 starts. Here's our last of the Kashan for tonight. I don't know that we have more of them. We might. We have some Kashan that's ungraded, but not any of the nice graded with great eye appeal, as shown in front of us. The ungraded ones are like $14 if you want me to try. Let's give this 20 seconds. A nice dollar start Jetton. This one has some toning, is dated to what looks like 1743 Optimo Principe, with some scratches in the face, but should be actually a pretty popular coin. That's a nice example. A French, but likely struck at Nuremberg. This one has interesting style. Athenas, yeah, we'll run the Athenas. After these, I think there's a handful more Jettons. It looks like there are 4 in front of us. This one's a very interesting ICH. It says das Kluk kommt wie offen. I think that's what that says. No, I don't have any. I think we've sold out of almost all the solid eye that I have. I think I'm totally out of them, actually. This one is going to be Edificia Regia, Ludovicus Magnus Rex, King Louis the 14th, who reigned from 1643 to 1715. Earlier type for sure. Nice win for Gravy. These have been getting a lot of action towards the end. Oh, this one is an Alphabet Jetton, 1500s even, I believe. We'll do 20 seconds, and then we'll do some of the Athenian Owls. Beautiful. It's almost like the Mint Master showing himself making coins. Sounds good, Mr. Man. Yeah, I think it's. I think those are all like $19 starts. I ran one earlier, and I don't think it got a bid. This one should. We'll see where this one lands. Gravy's gonna snag it for the time being. We'll do one more Jetton here. This one looks nice, beautiful. 1698 dated Occitania with a cross on the flag. That one is interesting and better Jetton type for sure. The Chinese cash in the back. I don't know that there is any Chinese. Oh, you know what? There's a little bit of Tokugawa Shogunate. Man, really nice Jetton. Oh, that one. No, that's actually ancient Macedonian. So that's a Macedonian that with a green patina. This is a Seljuk of Rum silver coin. Masud II in his first reign. Pretty solid flan. Very interesting style. Again, Seljuk silver. So not a type that I get tons of. Yeah, this is medieval silver, basically. We've got, I think somebody asked for this one as well. We could do $1 off, but it's not the type of thing that I replace super easily. This one is going to be also Masud. This is in his first reign, 1284 to 1296. And very intricate script. No bids there. We have some of the... Okay, those are the ant nose money, which were requested, and then I forgot to run. They're like $24 starts, Chinese, up until the Warring States period, 400 to 220. I know too much. That's funny. AC, yeah. What type of is that? A Russian coin? I can go look for it. Lithuanian. Oh yeah, cool. Well, I'll try to snag some. We've got a couple more of the ant nose, and then we can maybe do some of the Russian, and then we have both genuine and some fake, some like not super modern fake though. Japanese boo money, large square coins. That one is not going to go. That's okay. Let's maybe fold those guys up and put them so that they're properly. I just inventoried them before the show started here. Here are going to be, well, let's do some of the authentic ones as well, but then we'll do some of the we can do some of the Lithuanian types. Well, why don't we just run the Lithuanian? These are pretty popular, and then we'll do some of the boo. A half groat. This is going to be 1520. Beautiful charging Lithuanian silver. Sounds good, Germ. WY55. It's like a 229. coin or so. We'll see. I'd start these for 19 bucks, so 18 is like $1 off. Yeah, kitty coins, we got a bunch of them. Just keep me updated as to what you're most interested in. We'll do 18 instead of 19. That's where the last one sold, so it doesn't look like we're trying to raise the price on people. Very clear. That one looks like it is a 13, 15, 13. Oh, sorry, Wood. Let me get the owl. We'll go from the front to the back, or the oldest to the youngest. So that one is going to go to Panzer. Let's do this owl because I've been kind of teasing it. And then if it goes, we have some other types as well. I think it's not too expensively priced. It's got a drill mark in it. But other than that, there's like maybe a cut or maybe that's just the flan, but no sudden death. $3.49, I think, on an older owl is actually not a bad place at all to be on these. There you can see the very nice owl looking right at us. Definitely a drill mark as shown. You can see a good amount of the crest. I think that's really not too expensive for an owl. All right, back to these ones. Let's see, 18. I think these are the Polish. Or no, this is not even Polish Lithuania. It is just Lithuania. Great detail in the rider. Ancient. That last one was ancient Greek kitty coins. Are you looking for cheaper ones? I have, like, what price point are you looking for? As we have Greek that would run the gamut in terms of price. I think this is the last from this AC. Do we have Nerva? If you look and see Nerva, this one's really nice. 1510. You can see the date in the top left. Polish Lithuanian, sure. Can you tell me what the SKU is there? It's very helpful if I get the SKU along with it. Makes it a lot easier. Let me see. Is this Polish Lithuanian? No, I think this might just... Sorry, this is just going to be regular Lithuania. A slightly different... It's an earlier ruler. In the plastic package. Oh, and then we have that old... Similar type, though. This is going to be Alexander Jagiellon. AC 4964. Super, super. Thank you for telling me that SKU, because now I can pull it a lot faster. We also have great Trajan. We have some nice Parthian. This one is going to be, I believe, and sounds good, Mr. Man, I think like $3.49 or so. A Nerva Denarius in VF. See where this one goes. Beautiful shape with a very nice Salus reverse. That's probably Salus Publica. Andres going to be the first bidder there. Would not be shocked if it bids up. Nice one for Andres. Yeah, sorry about that. It's tough. Oh, it says your payment didn't go through. I think it should have some more room than, I could see somebody else paying more than that, so it's okay if that doesn't go through, but always good to have the payment in order. This one, $2.29 start on a nice little Henry. There is a scratch in it, as you can see right there, but beautiful big Edward the Sixth. Oh, the little, yes, exactly. Last Druid, I think there's some dolphins that are embedded in some of the Lycian Sixth Staters. That's kind of about it to my knowledge. So here's what's going on with these. Well, two-parter here. First, I'm going to do some genuine silver boo. These bid like crazy. And thanks. What's going on, Last Druid? Thank you. Do you want to see that one or not? This is going to be, these bid way higher, but these are authentic silver Edo Mint 1837 to 1868 Tokugawa that has a nice countermark, Shogunate silver boo. I have a handful of them that I brought for today, and they're pretty popular. This is, the ones that I have left are particularly nice. The other ones, and I'll tell you when I shift to running those, are going to be they are contemporary counterfeits, and we're going to sudden death these. And so those are ones that are sold actually by the same seller. It's a big Japanese firm, but they determine them to be either lower percentage silver, not silver. But basically, throughout history, people have tried to imitate and fake coins. And so these were coins that were made, and they call them reference pieces. They're not exactly sure when they would have been struck, but you'll see there's like interesting, they're made to deceive the eye. Some of them are better than others. These are continue to be fully authentic silver boo of the Tokugawa shogunate. Thank you, Andres. No, Randy, bro. I think I have a silver proof set that I would sell for $2 back of whatever melt is, if you're interested in that. And I'll obviously take a bath on that with silver moving down. Jay Chill, yeah. Did you see the one that I did not sell at $349? And because I don't know if the other ones are going to be better deals than that. I'd still be more than happy to offer them. But it looks like we have 3 more of these, and then those are all that I have in my inventory. I should have some in my mailbox, though. These, I think, are like 97% silver. Cool. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely circle back to those as the show goes on. I don't want to. Well, yeah, I'll try to pull them. These are nice looking. Again, we have 2 more of these Tokugawa silver boo, and then we'll try some of the lower percentage or totally imitative. These, I don't know how much they weigh. They're above their silver price, if that's the perspective you're having on them. I think there's like 20 something bucks of silver in each of them. Um, these are super popular more for their historical value. If that makes sense. But I think that there's something like 20 bucks of silver. I mean, let me look online. Boo, Japan, and GC. I think they weigh 8.6 grams. There's 24 bucks 81 cents of silver in one of these guys. And so, super important call out. These next ones, I'm going to dollar start. These are determined to be counterfeits that could have originated as far back as the Edo, like, Ansei period. But you can tell, there's a little toning on it, sure, but it just something's a little off. And so, whether it's the flan, a little bit of a mushy strike, really interesting. But these are reference piece boo coins. So I just want to be very clear. These are reference piece. These are not, again, same kind of mushy strike. Maybe it fooled a couple people when they struck it, but when a reputable numismatic firm, they're going to say, the design details aren't perfect on this. It's still a really interesting piece of history, but it's different. And we will absolutely run all of those. We also, and I know I'm being bad about forgetting to, there's been a lot of requests. And yes, Mr. Man, keep requesting those. I'm going to run through. I have 2 more of these contemporary / modern reference piece boos. But then after that, we will run the coins that you are looking for. Greek or Italian? Yes, we have. Ash, which are you looking for? Modern or ancient? Or Andre sounds good. That's I think like a high 300s. It's from a documented hoard in the United Kingdom, the Kilfrome Hoard, and I was thrilled to buy those. Again, last of these contemporary counterfeit. You can see it doesn't quite look ancient. Greek and Italian, sure, sounds good. We have, well, let's get some Rome mint sestertii. We'll do the. These are similarly reference piece. These are not authentic shoe. I should have some authentic ones, but you can see that the strikes, they just don't quite look, there's like a little bit of almost like a casting line, or I'm not exactly sure how these would have been formed. But the style is a little bit off there in a very interesting way. So these are reference piece shoe. This one, I feel like it's similarly just like the strike isn't quite there. It doesn't quite have the depth of surfaces and strike that you would be expecting. And so, yeah, Andres Ashtastic will have a more expensive one soon. And then, again, reference piece shoe right here is the last of the reference piece shoe that we'll work through. So what the firm that I bought them said, that's why I say unknown purity. They said that they were typically made of silver, but less than the official purities. So that's why I say I don't know what the um, what it would have been. They probably wouldn't have been full silver because again they're trying to arbitrage, and you want your coin to circulate. This is a nice Germanicus, ancient Italian. That's posthumous, struck under Caligula. I wish the reverse was better looking. I just want to call it out clearly. I'm still going to start it for about $69, no sudden death, because the obverse portrait is fantastic. Germanicus dies in 19 AD, so this is not like a super easy to. And Mr. Man, yes, let's run that. So we have the ancient Rome WX53. I'm gonna go on a hunt for this guy. Let's see where I could have put it. 53, 53, 53, 53, 53, 53, 53. There we go. Nice win there for the gravy. We do have more German, but I promised at least like 2 of these guys. Really, and then we'll keep doing. We have some Italian. We have some ancient Greek coming right up. Andres, yep. Let me pull that one as well. It's a very nice coin. Augustus. This is the first Roman ruler. There's a handful of his denarii. After that, gravy in the lead. We can run a couple more of the Polish-Lithuanian, but first, these you can go to the British Museum online website, and they have cataloged these very nicely. After the Hoard, they're able to analyze it. So this one is going to be 2 BC to 4 AD, right around the time Christ would have been born. We also have some great Parthian drams that I want to call out, but yeah, 379 for a nice Augustus Denarius. Beautiful. Gaius and Lucius on the reverse, and a very solid obverse was dug, I believe, to have been part of the pocket change of a Roman soldier. The Hoard had everything from Roman Republican denarii all the way up to a singular Claudius denarius. Very sought after piece. So Japanese gold, I think I have it in my mailbox. So it'll be here maybe, and for whatever show I run this weekend. Small chance I do a pop-up show middle of week, but haven't confirmed. That's not out of the question either. 1626, that's nice. No rands, no libs, no 5-5. Maybe there's one, but I can't think of it offhand, and I don't want to promise something that's probably not there. Ashtastic. Yes, I think I do. I probably still have one there. I forget what I ran it for. I'll probably run it for something near what I ran the last one at. We've got 2 more of these. Here's a 1626. And then let me see. We've got a couple, limited number of additional. This should go for a bunch more than that. Gravy's going to scoop that. All right, no more. That one hurts. But also, that is how it goes. Nice win for the gravy. Let's see. We have cool British staters. We have some of these nice. This is the daughter of Marcus Aurelius, I believe. Lucilla, 129. We also have some great Parthian drams. Kitty Coins is going to be the first bidder on this one. And I think that the comps are pretty favorable in terms of, these often go for a little bit more. So get it. Sounds good. This one is going to be going to the gravy. We have, I think, a total of 3 of these. I'm not going to raise the start price. This one looks pretty solid too. This one has a nice Concordia reverse. Very solid. And then I think the last one also has a Concordia reverse. Yeah, good looking type. And then here is the last of the Lucillas. We also have a couple of the Crispinas, which are pretty solid looking. But here, yeah, last of the Lucilla, daughter of Marcus Aurelius. Mike gonna be the first bidder there. Let's see if we have I do have the Crispina. These are great. These are all struck in Rome. Though we do have the exception of a Julia Domna coin that was struck in Alexandria. Egypt, which that is super interesting. Here we have a Juno reverse Crispina, which is another empress that would have been, getting some airtime in the ancient empire. We have the possibly the Domna next, with an Alexandria mint. Again, just not something that I see super frequently because the vast majority of the Roman coins are going to be minted in Rome. But this was ancient Egypt denarius. Alexandria, it looks like a pietas is on the reverse. Just something very fun and out of the ordinary to a decent extent. And then let's see, what else might we have here? We have some good looking. So this Trajan denarius is going to be less expensive. I paid 95 for it. I'm going to run it at 99 because I paid 95 so I could get some of the other Trajan denarii that are like 139 starts for a bit more. But very solid. One of the 5 good emperors, long reign, and is the peak of the Roman imperial territory. So that's that. Then the condition on these will bump a bit. Cheapest on eBay is 150, and it is a terrible looking coin, I promise you. This one is going to be one. Let's see if it goes at 139. Maria Teresa Toller, sure. Tell me what the skew is. I'll try to pull it. I think it's considered 5 good emperors because it's 5 good emperors in a row. I think that's a portrait of Mars facing right. Good looking example right there. We'll try this one, 139 as well. Very, very solid Trajan denarii. This one, PMTR, cone. What does that say? Oh, SPQR is in the bottom of that. That's kind of fun. SPQR, the very famous Roman motto. So nice to have that on a good eye appeal denarius as shown. Yeah, SPQR in the bottom right of the reverse. This one's a different reverse portrait of Trajan. Let's get a giveaway going, by the way. Very nice Pont Max console for the second time. But again, very different head shape because I think it's at a different point in his rule. So again, we can come back to some of those. We've got some of the Widow's Mites types, but tell me, everybody, what at this stage do we want to see more owls? Is there still appetite for those? Upgraded giveaway. I'm not sure what that means. This is 103 to 76 BC. The ruler Alexander Jannaeus Hasmonean. Mike Addy, sure, it's pretty pricey, I will say, but let me pull it. That's going to go to Ashtastic. We'll do the graded owl next after this one. AE 1305 sounds good. We have the new style owl both in a holder. That one has a great anchor, and there you can see some of the Judean even in the side. And 061104, sure. Chris Ben. So here's this owl I would ask a high. This is a high price for it at $7.99. No sudden death. Beautiful owl staring right at us. There's Athena facing to the right. New style, so much larger than the more compact flan owls. Like, here's what a normal owl looks like. This is the new style, which is later, and just has a super elegant big time owl on the M4 there with a ton of lettering. We've got the straight settlements coin, then we can do the raw new style, which is like probably more than $100 cheaper. This would be probably like a 129. Nice straight settlements, $1907 of King Edward VII. The British Staters, sure, I'd be happy to. I paid $135, so I'm looking for $159 on them. Let me find them. And I thought that was a pretty good buy because the first when I got offered them, I bought 50 of the VFs, actually more than 50, but I sold them pretty quickly for a quick flip in the low hundreds. The XFs I thought were a lot nicer, but not that much more expensive. So I bought all the XFs that they had, and I only have 3 left. Beautiful Apollo head, ancient British. No problem overtime. Always welcome to get a request in. First one will go to the gravy. Again, we have some Parthian coming up. I have 2 left at this point in my inventory. The Durotriges, I think those were one of the last tribes. You have a stylized Celtic horse. You can see like the body of the horse, the legs. There's the head. Oh, the Papal. I don't think, I might have one, but I don't think it's priced yet. Nice little chunky stater of the Brits, and we'll hold those for later. And then Gravy WX 99. Those are nice. They're tiny coins. I paid, I think, 13, so I'm going to ask 19 for them. But it was this nice collection out of, what's it called? Out of Britain. And I thought that these were just not, like, very inaccessible, basically. Generally. So tiny, it's not a silver play, but it's a cute little 1799 to 1816 dam of Gurvan Yuda Bikram Shah. Oh, shoot. I think I put 13. Well, that happens sometimes. Consider it a trade for something else you bought. We'll do the last one. It does have to be a $19 start. I paid 13 and change for it, so we'll see if this one goes. That one actually has a really nice style. Albanian Forte, I sold all of the Illyrian drams. I had one unpriced 3 to 4 days ago. Yes, give me out. I didn't price that one yet. I feel bad. It's like in those situations, it's often like, do I do a show or do I sit and price a bunch of coins? And at the end of the day, I feel like people often will ask. And there's some of these. We do have some of the other. There's some later examples on the. What's it called? We have some Louis deniers, but we have a couple of the expensive coppers. There's the dollar star ones, and there's these. I paid $10 and 44 cents a coin. I've been running them at 11. These are the earlier 1800s coppers of Nepal. I sold a bunch of fine condition. Actually, no, I have some raw. They'd be $49. So these are nice Surrender Vikram Shah. So yeah, I can run the ancient. I mean, it's really Balkans. You can't really say, oh, this was specifically this country, but it would be considered ancient Albanian, if that makes sense. Persian silver, I have some Parthian. Now, these would circulate pretty widely. I do have some Parthian, though, if you're interested in that. And so this will go the gravy. We'll do 2 more, then we'll do the Parthian types and also the Albanian types. And I paid $10, 44 cents. We'll see. There might be some other bidders that come in. There's going to be the date. And then you can see, this has very solid style. Interesting, at least 140 years old, possibly older. Not surprised to see some people starting to jump in. In the past, they've bid, in excess for sure. At the same time, I'm not going to raise the price. I'll just run them at my initial, what I promised I would. I have after this one more. Nice looking type. And then we will do one more, and then it is time for some Parthian. We also have some of the biblical widow's mites, which we're selling, but I did just jump to something else in the meantime. It sounds good. WY 3705. That's a nice coin. Gravy's going to snag it. We've got the Parthian. There's not many of them. I think I just have 2. Let's see. Maybe I have more than that. I think I have 3 total. This is going to be the first one. It is a $94 of Frades. We also have some nice Gallienus types. I paid $75 for it, so figure that's a reasonable place. You have the Arsacid King with the arrow on the reverse, and then you have, again, 1st century BC silver. And then you have some slightly nicer types here. This is going to be 139, and then the other one would be, I think, 179. This is 2 BC, 4 to 5 AD, known for potentially being a wise man in the biblical, basically affiliated with the Magi. Midwest Ancients collection, what's going on? That's a cool place to be collecting ancients. I have not spent tons of time in the Midwest, but I feel like everybody's super friendly. 169, no sudden death on this upper tier XF condition Freydices with a fantastic reverse as well. Is super fun. Beautiful. And then let's see. Albania. No. We have the Achaia 3704, I think we said this is. $37 is what I'd like for it. And then Albania can be next. Frankish Greece, medieval, Philip of Taranto. Super interesting. Under Prince Philip II. What else do people want to see as we close this one down? Let's do our last Givey. Yeah, no pressure. This is a Sigismund, nice cross on the reverse. Hungarian type. Portugal, yeah, we have some old Portuguese control over what I believe is like modern day Malaysia, maybe Indonesia. It's called Malacca. Emdri, yeah, sure. They were tailing off pretty hard. This one's a nice full flan looking one. Maybe with some silvering wearing away. I'm pretty positive that one's sold, Texas. Pretty positive that one's sold. The knock. Oh yeah, Joshua Heath, you'd asked for those. Let me see if I can pull it quick. I will. Yeah, we were talking about some of the Greek fractions. I do kind of want to. Well, let's do this one. These are going to be ancient Greek or Greek world fractions. We'll run maybe another 6 or 7. It has like a nice little pointed something there. WX, yeah, I'd be happy to get that. WX 15. Gravy's gonna win that one. Let's do the next. I'm just I think these probably want to start at like at least $8 or $9. We'll do 8 on this one. There you can see it looks like maybe that looks like a Phocaea, like hemioble or something. Facing right, you can see I think that's a head of Athena, but you can see the eyes, nose, and like bulbous head in the reverse. I can't, Mike. Then I would lose some money, so that wouldn't work so hot. But I appreciate the offer. Sometimes I will ask like a lot on something because I think it's a good deal, but on that one, I don't have them laying around. It's pretty tight. I could probably do like $7.79, but that's really not giving much. So I don't want to insult your offer either. $39 on a Christ Groshen. Jesus Christ facing right at us. If we were at a show, maybe I could do like 700 cash. But it is different when I'm absorbing a pretty decent hit through the payment processing and whatnot fees. which I'm thankful for. And this one's a beautiful one, 49 bucks on this one. I can't offer stuff like that on like just the Whatnot terms. I'm saying like theoretically, if I brought it to a show, I can't just do it right outside of like, I don't know if that makes sense. I can't like negotiate in terms of the platform. Whatnot is so good to me, and I don't want to like go around them. I apologize. I know I'm being difficult, but I want to stay in Whatnot's very good graces, and so if it ends up meaning I leave a couple bucks on the table sometimes. But yeah, we can't wait to start doing shows. Try to go around the country selling coins in our little booth. Here is a later Pesa. I was thinking about that 779 range. I guess 769 we could probably do, but I'm really not too inclined. I don't know where I'm going to get more, if that makes sense. Dang, that one at $4. We'll do our last of these Nepali. Awesome foods, which I'm not sure I can show close-ups for. I'll try to do better in terms of close-ups on both sides. I apologize if I'm not at the proper standard. Oh no. And so let me see. We'll try to run some of the last of our Widow's Mites here. If there's any other types that you're interested in, though, we have some everything from French copper, and we'll be back with some of these similar types. Oh yeah, the Portuguese people were asking about, and the Albanian. Japan gold, no allegory, but I think come back this weekend, and I should have some prepped and ready to go. Again, Alexander Janaeus, Widow's Mite. Let's see. Last but not least. Oh yeah, the early Portugal. That's right. Sold a bunch of these earlier. All at the 29 start. You might find some competition. They have cool armillary spheres on them. Portuguese territorial or colonial Malacca. You see that, you can notice this sphere on them frequently. Bavaria sounds good, Horace. Actually, I'd like to look at that coin a little closer. The details were a touch mushy on it. 10 dinero from the 1500s. I can run more of them if you'd like. I got a good number in. I've sold the majority. This one's a little more encrusted, actually, kind of severely, so I'll take $2 off of it, but it does erode at the margin by a lot. I paid in the 20s on this guy. Dinero, a little bit more than 20. So, yeah, I mean, we have some Jettons. This one is going to be a bulk California. It was just a nice little King Philip, King of Macedon unit. That's the father of Alexander the Great. Beautiful obverse. Dang, that one should bid up pretty well, I would think. Sounds good. I guess, yeah, 700 cash at a show, 759 is technically. I said 769, but we can do 759. That should work. Let me find it. That one's gonna go to HTC. We'll do the other Philip, then we'll do a big time. And you have to always consider that somebody else might jump in while it is in the go on phase. Here's the other one, and then we'll do this big auction catalog. No, but we're getting in a big collection. It's probably worth about 25K, and I'm going to make a full video catalog of it. And then we will auction it in April. And people will be able to see all like 500 ancient coins in advance. It's going to be really cool. And that'll be like a permanent video catalog that people can always reference back to. 759, this one's going to be 30 seconds. Just make sure people can take a look at it. Beautiful. It will be a Whatnot auction, I think, over 2 weekends. There's really cool types in there. Like the collector had very good eye for good eye appeal, basically. Beautiful owl on an amphora here. Mike gonna be the first bidder. And Mike will win it. Congratulations. That is a fantastic coin headed your way. Here is, this one is not nearly as nice, so the price will fall significantly. Has a little bit of, just some issues around $5.59 on this one. You almost swipe. Maybe you'll want a raw version. Honestly, it's not too bad. I wish the detail was a little better on this side. The last one had a better flan, for sure. Let me look at those. WY23, 21. This one also could be a good candidate for a little bit of grading action. Oh, J Chilla. I was gonna about to put it back in the flip. We'll see how high this one bids up to, because this is the last raw one that I've got. Edward Pennies, cool. We'll find it. Nice win for Jay. Let's see. Edward Pennies. We have a lot of nice, like, I think, let me tell you what I paid. I actually think I paid a decent chunk for these. I want to make like at least $10 a coin. Yeah, I paid $67.93. Start for $87, I guess I could do. The one that I have up, we'll do both of them. $87. Very nice. For sure, SJL. Here we have these nice Edward III pennies. Bought these from England. Nice hammered silver from a very long time ago. There's more hammered silver, by the way. I've not sold much in a while. We'll see if this one bids up at the last moment. Oops, dropped it. It is very much intact. Let's see. This one, $87, 15 seconds start. Older Jettons, yeah, we do have some. I did want to offer some of our lower price. There's some silver that's in like the 40s, high 40s basically, and so I did want to offer some of it. If I still have it. I don't think I have tons, but these could be some good little hammered finds. There's a couple of the half pennies here. Pirate coins, no, but we should have some coming to us not long from now. We'll go sudden death on these. I paid like 37 on this, so I'm going to start for 49. You can see Edward very clearly, and a very nice London Civitas reverse. I think some of the other half pennies might bid up a good bit beyond this level. Gravy's going to win the first one. We'll just go in order of their skew. This one could bid a good touch higher, but you never know where they land. This one's cool. It has like these kind of clover-looking reverses. A little more worn maybe on the obverse than the last one. Gravy will snag that. Let's get this London Mint half penny. That one's really solid looking. Should bid decently higher. Texas gonna win it. Here's the last of that group. That one's beautiful. Wow. Sometimes the nicest ones are first, other times the tougher looking ones are first. Let's pull a couple dollar start Jettons as well. And then we'll do, I have a nice mix of other hammered. What's going on? Oh, is that Jason? I've been ignoring you. I apologize. A lot of work recently at my regular job, my day job. That one's cool. It's got a counter stamp in it. Super fun. All these four will be 20 seconds. It says Justus Spes Pacis in Armis, Louis the 14th. How That one should have some competition towards the end here. We'll see though. 21, even there, I think it's a good price to snag it at. This one is a older Comitia Artesii, 1705 dated Reggie. Oops, dropped it, but that guy is a very nice looking Jetton. 1705. Dang, this one hopefully bids a way higher. We'll see. Maybe the last two for this evening we can do no sudden death, 15 seconds of 5 extension. Just that one's pretty. It has also 1746 Chambord-Denier, Fides Asequa Jovis. Very nice type. Just elegant style. I really like the reverse as well. 1746 dated to Ogre Time. A similar format for this guy here. Dated to 1667 Occitania Comitia, Louis XIV. I've been collecting since I'm about 4 years old. I'm now 25. Time flies. And then, well, I said that's probably towards the end of the Jettons for this evening. Let's see. There are a bunch of cool, just like random types. Man, there's a lot of nice mix here. Why not some chunky? These are so cool, solid. Chunky Danish coins from the 17 and 1800s. This is a 1771 skilling. Beautiful, man. Christian the 7th, 1771 Danish skilling. Again, super solid. Little flan and everything. I don't think so. I don't think I did. This one is going to be another that's a little more worn. I think that one will come up in probably, if I do a pop-up Wednesday, I guess that, but it probably will not be until this coming weekend. And then we'll do a little bit of English Hammered. This weekend will be a fun show for sure. People will, I think, enjoy it a lot. This one's a 2 Rigsbank skilling, 1818. Favorite coin. Just sold a really cool new stuff. I have an Ephesus tetradrachm that's really fun. I also love coins with documented Hoard provenance. Those are the best. Let's see. What was I thinking in my mind that I wanted to run some of? There's something that I was excited about. Now I'm forgetting it. Oh yeah, it's some of the remainder of the British Hammered, which I paid, I think, like $40 a coin here, so I've been running a lot of it, unless it's really good, in the like 49 range. So like a Charles 2 pence for 49 bucks is pretty solid. This one's to the Towerment. We'll go no sudden death, just because any of these could bid up a good bit. But it has this nice like thistle, really nice thistle actually, on the reverse of it. So it's still in pretty good shape. About 1636 to 1638 would have been the dating on this. And so maybe it's not exactly, does not meet the moment. We'll see if there's any other British. And then we could run some dollar start, like British chunky copper, as they call them, like Georgian bronzes or whatever. Maybe 46, just try and break even. I mean, it's a nice, you have good detail on there. You can see Ron, you know, it's a solid little, this is type 2A3. You can see 1 for it being a 1 pence coin. See if this one bids. That's not going to have any additional bids. This one's a nice looking, this one I do have to go back up. This is the Prior Ruler James, and it's a half groat. It's a 2 pence coin, so it's a, you know, theoretically 2 times the spending value of the Prior. You have a good portrait on this side. Again, 400-plus-year-old silver of the crown. And we have a nice mix remaining here of great British hammered types. We also have some URB, some Hoard Provenance silver, if that's interesting. This one is going to be, I'll throw a bone and run this one for 49. I think it'll bid higher. This is actually a really solid Queen Elizabeth 3p, dated to 1570 something. Really nice looking coin. I really think it should be, exciting above that range. And I am not shocked in the slightest to see it start an ascent here. Man, that's a great win for Gravy. Nice. And congratulations. Here we have a Queen Elizabeth penny. So if you're looking for different denominations, this one will go 46. I think it could. I always like to start things at a place where they can jump a little bit. Let's take this one out of the, well, let's see. Very clear detail in Elizabeth's face. Super, super nice. Texas, by the way, is, oh yeah, of course. No, I think some of these are real solid pickups. I'm always on the lookout. I mean, the other thing that I think about sometimes is like, it's nice for me to just turn over inventory. It's always that balance of like, what's too much of a squeeze. Okay, this is actually Elizabeth as well. $49 start. We'll see if somebody else wants to jump in. This is a 2p, so we sold a 3p. We sold a 1p. The 2p is not going to go. It'll probably be back at some point. And then this one's actually a Henry VI. This one I'm probably going to raise probably to like 50. Well, this one, maybe I'll try it for 49. We have some bigger silver new by fly. I'm not surprised to see a range of people get involved in this one. Henry VI halfpenny. A little bit of a tougher ruler there. Nice detail on the reverse as well. And the bidding is starting. I think I also have a penny that I probably start at 59. Again, I do try to start them at a range where I think they can bid higher, basically. And then we can do some dollar start British, Georgian bronzes, basically. Wow, okay. Actually, this is a really solid coin. This is, the front has some scratches, but like, it's still a Henry VI full penny. So, good detail. And those have gone attractively, I think. Maybe I'll try these 2 more times, and then we'll get into the dollar start stuff. A nice Thistle 49 start is all we'll go with. A very nice Thistle 2p for Charles I. It's we just try to get some solid coins available whenever people are on at their leisure. That's kind of my strategy over time. And I have another package coming in from this guy. I don't think there's much more British silver, but there should be some British coppers. So that'll be fun to show. Yeah, that one's really solid. I would not be surprised to see this one fly up a bit, but you never know. And then maybe we run the remainder of these Georgian coppers. Hey, Jane Murray. Hey, my wife is home, so I think that will be a good segue into running the last of the Georgian coppers. We might empty out the metals, and then that'll put us in with about a 5 to 10 minute countdown. Because then I'm gonna go hang out with my wife, who I've missed very much after a long day of hard work. Here we've got an 1806. How's the event? That's good. Glad to hear it. Very nice 1806 King George. Not that nice. It's pretty worn, actually. But I think it's really nice. It's good. I mean, that's what I was saying, though. When I compliment you, you know that it's real, because when I see a coin and it has some defect, I'll say it. So I don't know what your guys' advice would be in my marriage, but what marriage advice, as somebody who's not been married for a year, can I get at 10 p.m.? from the Whatnot crowd. I'm open to suggestions. Mm. Jane Ray, they're telling me to say yes, dear, and I'm sorry, dear, and that kind of thing. Oh, tell them you're rated away. That sounds dangerous, though. I can't be too agreeable. Mm. So true. Texas Scooter, though, has good. They do seem to be very pro that you're always right. So maybe that is. Maybe I need to think more that way. You guys are telling me it's not a fun date night to go watch ancient and medieval history documentaries on YouTube? The Gravy has confirmed, similar to your intuition, that it wouldn't be that fun to watch another Kings and Generals history documentary for our next date night. Mm. These are nice cartwheel pennies, by the way. I think some awesome deals. We'll clean them out just because it's been a fun evening. Let's see. This one's not quite as solid, but you can still see the 1797 pretty well. Oh, yes, Germ, thank you. What is that coin? There's a couple different places that I've uploaded coins from and to, and I'm struggling to find it. I might have to say it's going to be totally my fault. Hollandia treasure? Is that like, are you talking about Hollandia shipwreck coins? Because I've handled some of them. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I've sold Hollandia. I don't know where that shipwreck sank. I sold a lot of the two Stoivers coins. Another nice shipwreck penny. These have been way strong in the past. Again, that's not a complaint. That's just saying, like, I think there's room if they continue to go in the level that they are. As I said, we'd finish this one off. This one's pretty worn as well. Favorite shipwreck coin? I mean, the Admiral Gardner, and this is me being a salesman. I have a good number of those. They're pretty inexpensive, but they're really cool. They have like nice, interesting, like I think Farsi script. You see the power of the British Empire on them, and so they're pretty like historically interesting while being really affordable. I feel like isn't there a is it Wydom? It's like they sank up in Massachusetts somewhere. Let me look at for this 59 double 04801. Oh, I found it right there. Okay, yeah, really nice Condor token. We will run that one. Looks like it's the Druid type, and then I want to sell all those metals, which maybe they'll go really, not well. But I had come into tonight thinking that I would sell all of them, so I will try to do that. Yeah, these metals groups, it's like 20 metals on screen, and those are going to be the last of this evening. Oh, that's fair. I don't think that you should. If it's glued, I don't think that they're so crazy valuable. Like, it's unlikely that somebody would fake it. I don't. Basically, I don't think it's worth it. Again, great night, and you can always ask for more stuff if you would like here. But let me just pull. We're gonna see one interesting Concord 2, 25 cents. McDonald's Speed Clean. This is a good for 5 cents. These are not super crazy. That one's interesting. Spanish gold doubloon fake reproduction. There's a Stand Up for America. George Wallace. Couple other tokens. Heads, tails, charm. A couple of those are inappropriate at some level, so watch out for those. This is going to be purple, violet. This is more than 20 items. New Mexico, Land of Enchantment. This one is going to be, again, that's interesting. Israeli 1967 Confederation metal. It's everything in hand. A French, mix of tokens. Some of them are not so appropriate, just as a heads up. So we've just got, what's in front of us is going to be the tokens available. Let me grab another handful. Basically, I'm just selling all of this big, I guess, group or collection in front of me. It's going to be everything that is in this double row box eventually, and I'll just pull out a handful at a time. This looks like it is going to be more than 20. We're just going to sell everything in my hand, and we'll do this. Yes, we can do that at the end, but then I actually will want to wrap this show. This is not real, a Repro 1766 token. That's Australia token. That one's a Thousand Island Guardian Angel token, 4 Purple Violet, 5 little token. What is that? Something else? I don't know. That's interesting. Collector's Medallion, Largemouth Base. And we have a Henry Ford Museum, Season's Greetings, some kind of Allentown, Pennsylvania one, Play-Doh. We've got a big medal of Charles Dickinson. We have a Coca-Cola one. We have Alexander Mackenzie, 2 of those, another penny. This one in back. Then these pennies. Let's see. Kind of a crazy mix. There's the Charles Dickinson. That one will go to the gravy. Again, we literally just got this big batch of medals, and I wanted to offer them instead of, we could go all in one go, but I figured that way multiple people could get in on them, and we've had them for over a year, so we were basically just trying to downsize. Always trying to downsize how much physical space the inventory takes up, because it is so easy to expand it. But storage concerns come into play. This looks like more than 20 medals as well. We'll run the whole box. Maybe I'll do Class of 76. That's fun. Mint State. Franklin Mint. I don't think that's silver. We've got a big El Dorado, Illinois. That's a nice German 1990. That's a pretty chunky medal. That one's interesting. American Veterans Medal. That one's Israeli 1970. A Delaware John Clayton Medal. Couple big ones. That one's a George Washington. That one's a Australia circa 1960. Arctic Mission. That one's cool. It's a Drachm token, Philadelphia, 1962 World's Fair. Stratford, Mackenzie Powell. That's actually a pretty solid mix across the board for Leighton. Nice win. It looks like there's probably going to be about 3 or 4 of these groups left this evening. And so let's get those. Can't back down here. We've got, not too many left. Buck and go the whole box. I'm too nervous to do it, but maybe I'll do it soon. We've got Paul Ford, a 50 cents good for trade. These are some chunkier ones. A Ulysses Grant, that's pretty nice. A cross medal, interesting. Inappropriate one, San Diego. That's a Coin World 1995 in Ohio. That's a fun little token. That's something interesting. Los Angeles, John Wayne, El Paso, Texas, Morgan's, Rick. We have a Peace and Friendship Reproduction Medal. That is a David Rittenhouse. That's interesting. This is a West something. MLK medal. That's an Israeli one, 1994 Palestine Peace Accord. President Buchanan. Actually, some chunkier ones here. Everything in hand. So those are the ones in front of me. And then I think we're just going to split this into 2 groups because I'm running out of bags to offer them in. So that will be a good conclusion. And then we'll do the 2 Polish-Lithuanian ones. And then we will be ending our stream. Let's do it. Let's see here. All right. Pretty large, so we're going to have this group and this group. So here's our second to last. It's more than 20. It's definitely more than 20. We'll go fast. 1967. That's a lot of these are pretty chunky in this one. There's also, right off the bat, 1968 Israeli one, a pretty large Apollo 2, some kind of JFK. That looks to be already like 7 medals. 8 is President Nixon. 9 is Honolulu. 10 is Canada. 11 is a Hawaii-themed one. 12 is inappropriate. 13 is a Chase Littman token. 14 is a Apollo Expo. 15 is another Israeli 1981. 16 Harry Truman. 17 this one. 18 Harvey Lodge. 19 is this big Statue of Liberty. 20 right here. It looks like 21, 22, 23 Apollo. 24 Erie Centennial. 25 Marriage Medal, 26, 27 Kodak Color Watch, 27, 28 Truman, 29 Ohio State Fair. Ooh, that's interesting. Inventor of the Reaper. It's like almost 35 medals here. That's a big mix. Very interesting, neat group. Carter, Pierce, and then we've got one more to go. Let's see what it could be. It's fun. I mean, if I ever had like a physical store too, I'd love that because I could just literally get in a collection and offer it. You know, these days I'm buying more from dealers. This is actually a collection that we had bought through a dealer. And so it's just fun to get like original collections and offer them out. All right, last, and we'll do the 2 Polish Lithuanian coins, then I really should go to bed. Try to get this one out on, I guess technically I'd have till Thursday. I'll try to get it out on Wednesday. 1, Nixon, kind of proof looking one. That's actually really cool. 2, Pirate Gold Doubloon Restrike. That one is also a restrike copy. 4, 5, 6, Myrtle Beach. 7, 1 Euro token. Lotus. 8, St. John. 9, You Make the Difference. 10, a nice Notgeld Fennec. 11, 12, Apollo Expo. 13, another solid Notgeld. 14, 50 Years of Service of Linton. That's the Sands Las Vegas. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 Pepsi token. 22, 23 Plant. 24 Washington. 25, 26. I know the time's running out. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. That one's interesting. And then the 37, 38 is what fell down. Those will go to Leighton. Nice win for Leighton. And then it's these 2, and I'm going to sign off. And I think the guys, if you're around in the daytime tomorrow, are going to run a Texas-based show. This ended up being a very fun. That's a cool one. I didn't even get to show it. It was in their Transportation Union. And this one also, Roger Williams, did not get the chance to show all those off. Thanks again. Make sure to bookmark the future shows. Really glad that I ended up doing this sale. It was a fun one, and gonna reclaim a little bit of space now that that whole double row got sold. Only one way to do it, dollar start, only a couple seconds as well per lot. 15 seconds will be done within the minute. Thank you again to everybody for joining here. It's been a great one. A little bit of a bend. 1623 Polish Lithuanian. Yeah, man, we'll try to get another one. This one's actually not Polish Lithuanian. This one is. That one will be the last of tonight. New by Ryan Stack's going to win it. And thank you very much. We've got 1624 3 Polker, Polish Lithuanian. 1624. You know, you have the Clear Cross Imperial Orb. That is a nice coin. Again, thanks to everybody who participated in this sale. We'll see you tomorrow. They've got some really cool stuff prepped. They have a bunch of Byzantine, I think, actually, in the show tomorrow. So bookmark that. We'll see you guys soon. Have a nice evening. And yeah, you guys are the best. Let's see. We'll say hi to Classic Kid Coins.